Hello everyone, this is Joey from United Red Devil TV coming back with our Thursday afternoon transfer news and rumours all surrounding Manchester United. And without further ado, we'll jump in with a story about Ivan Toney. Manchester United are reportedly still considering Ivan Toney as an option to reinforce the squad following the injury to Rasmus Hojlund. Um, previous reports have stated a move for Toney was very unlikely after signing Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna earlier this month. However, the injury to Hojlund has left Zirkzee as the only striker who is unproven in the Premier League. Little snippet about Eric Ten Hag after the Real Betis game. Eric Ten Hag has called on his Manchester United players to be on the front foot and aggressive when out of possession next season. The manager was heavily criticised for showing a lack of identity in his tactical setup last term, with United regularly leaking shots on goal and struggling to find scoring consistency. Ten Hag engaged in a public argument with analyst Jamie Carragher over his comments following a defeat to Fulham. Another update on Scott McTominay. According to the Daily Telegraph, states Everton are admirers of McTominay but are unlikely to afford his price tag. United are said to have valued him between 25 to 30 million this summer. Fulham have made a bid worth 23 million, which is expected to be rejected, according to Fabrizio Romano, while Galatasaray and Fenerbahce are still interested. David De Gea latest. Fiorentina are said to be interested in signing David De Gea and have made inquiries. The 33-year-old has been a free agent since leaving Manchester United last summer after 12 seasons at the club. A little snippet of Amad Diallo. ESPN are reporting United are set to assess Amad's future in January. The 22-year-old winger has entered the final year of his contract at Old Trafford, though the club have the option to extend it by another year until 2026. Amad is stated as saying, "I'm very happy here. I think everyone is happy with me because I smile with everyone, good energy. Why not stay here all my life?" Manchester United have not reached the conclusion of their pre-season tour of the United States. They have already run into a couple of problems. After Rasmus Hojlund limped off against Arsenal, Lenny Yoro soon joined him in the treatment room, and Lenny Yoro will actually be out for as many as 3 months with a fractured metatarsal. Fortunately, United have other options at centre back, but we so need to bring in Matthijs de Ligt. We really have to, because it is so imperative. We can't be going into the season still with Maguire, still with Lindelof, still with Johnny Evans, and we don't even know if Lisandro Martinez is at full fitness, and we can't be relying on the youngsters. So something's got to change there. Following the injury to Lenny Yoro, United are expected to ramp up their search for a new centre-back, claims the Daily Mail. The 18-year-old is expected to be out for as many as 3 months after fracturing a metatarsal in his left foot during the pre-season friendly against Arsenal. The news leaves Eric Ten Hag desperately searching for fresh faces ahead of the new season. A boost on Manchester United's interest in Manuel Ugarte. L'Equipe are reporting PSG are willing to accept a loan deal for Ugarte with a lucrative buy option. The midfielder has been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford this summer, and it appears Eric Ten Hag will finally be granted his wish. PSG are keen to avoid making a loss on the 60 million euros they paid for him from Sporting Lisbon last summer. Dani Olmo latest. The Spain international is set to join Barcelona after giving priority to the Spanish giants, despite interest from the Premier League. And according to a English today, Fabrizio Romano tweet, Barca have reached an agreement with Dani Olmo on a contract until June 2030 and send a new official bid. Details of the new proposal sent to RB Leipzig, 55 million euros guaranteed, 4 million euros in easy add-ons, and 3 million euros in difficult add-ons. Olmo agree 6-year deal. He strongly wants Barca. João Neves, the Portuguese midfielder, is set to go under his medical with Paris Saint-Germain today. A €70 million move has been agreed between the French giants and Benfica. United have been admirers of the 19-year-old and ultimately missed out in the race for Neves' signature. Marcus Rashford was able to walk out of the Snapdragon Stadium unaided overnight despite suffering an injury during Manchester United's 3-2 friendly win over Real Betis. The attacker scored an 18th minute penalty but was forced off soon after the restart, gingerly hobbling to the touchline after treatment. The severity of the left leg limp seemed to have subsided as he made his way out of the arena after the game, but his fitness will worry United fans given the setbacks to Lenny Yoro and Rasmus Hojlund. We're so cursed with injuries. It is not even funny. A little snippet about Jared Branthwaite. Everton manager Sean Dyche has rebuffed suggestions that the signing of Jake O'Brien is reinforcement for Jared Branthwaite's departure to Manchester United. Addressing the speculation while speaking to Slow Sports News, Dyche was reported to have said, "No way, you're kidding me. I'm very surprised you've put 2 and 2 together at Everton Football Club. It's nothing to do with that. It's just to do with trying to model the club with finances available. Obviously, we're stretched at the moment with depth. Despite sanctioning a €50 million for Euro, Erik ten Hag is not closing the door on further defensive reinforcements. I think we are occupied in that position, but we work continually," he said. "The good thing is we already signed 2 players, but it belongs to the club like Manchester United that you are still looking. If the opportunity is there for better, and we will still have time until August 30. Injury updates. It was the news Manchester United were dreading. Lenny Yoro and Rasmus Hojlund will miss their Premier League opener versus Fulham and at least a few more matches after concerning updates on their injuries. Yoro and Hojlund were withdrawn in double quick time for United in their pre-season friendly with Arsenal at the Sophie Stadium on Sunday. Meanwhile, manager Erik ten Hag, teammates and supporters had everything crossed for a positive diagnosis. That one, the one that came was particularly bleak for both players. Fulham have submitted a third bid. It's not a third bid, it's a second bid because there's only been one bid so far. People need to double check what they're saying before they write. A second bid of £23 million for midfielder Scott McTominay. The Manchester Evening News revealed earlier this month United had rejected offers for McTominay, who was a subject of interest from West Ham United last year. Galatasaray have also made their interest in the midfielder known. United valued McTominay at £40 million last year and turned down an offer of £30 million from West Ham. It is understood the club will now be open to offers between £25 to £30 million. So Fulham aren't that far off at all. Erik ten Hag would like to sign another attacker following the blow to Rasmus Hojlund, claims the Daily Telegraph. Brentford's Ivan Toney is said to be an option after the hamstring injury to Hojlund left Joshua Zirkzee unproven in the Premier League as the only striker for the start of the season. Oh, he's not as old as I thought he was. Former Manchester United star has joined Premier League outfit Estrella Amadora. The 37-year-old had been on the hunt for a new club after his contract with Adana Demirspor was terminated. He has now joined Amadora, who secured promotion to the Portuguese top flight last season. And he's only 37, so it was a lot. Reports from Turkey state United midfielder English today. Scott McTominay has agreed personal terms with Galatasaray over a proposed move. McTominay is attracting interest domestically from the Premier League, namely from Fulham and West Ham, but United so far rebuffed any approaches. Galatasaray are said to have offered the player £89,000 a week. However, their initial bid worth of £12.6 million is low as far as United are concerned, with the report indicating that Galatasaray or other potential suitors would need to double that amount to £25.2 million to have any chance of signing the Scottish international. And it's a little bit late, but it's like what I reported yesterday. It's here we go on Crystal Palace's Samuel Lascelles. Fabrizio Romano claims United have agreed a deal with the Eagles to sign the young winger from their academy. This comes after the club agreed a deal for Chido Obi Martin, who recently left Arsenal as a free agent. Romano is reported as writing. After Chido Obi Martin, Manchester United also agreed a deal to sign Samuel Lascelles from Crystal Palace for the academy. The 16-year-old winger set for United move after he turned down a scholarship deal with Crystal Palace. Marcus Rashford was seen limping off the pitch during the 3-2 win over Real Betis. According to Fabrizio Romano, Marcus Rashford down in pain and also subbed off for Manchester United. One more potential injury to check after Lenny Yoro 3 months out, and Rasmus Hojlund is out for potentially 6 weeks. This isn't good. I already know about that. Matthijs de Ligt update. Matthijs de Ligt has been omitted from the Bayern Munich squad that will visit South Korea for a pre-season tour. The former Ajax defender who captained the Amsterdam Giants under the Ten Hag as a teenager is on the radar for United this summer and faces an uncertain future at Allianz Arena. The 24-year-old has verbally agreed personal terms, but United and Bayern remain apart in their valuation. De Ligt, who signed for the German heavyweights from Juventus 2 summers ago, will not fly out to South Korea, and it is a decision which has potentially speeded up the processes of the transfer. Manchester United marked their return to San Diego with a 3-2 win against Real Betis at the Snapdragon Stadium. Marcus Rashford, Amad Diallo and Casemiro scored after Iker Losada put Real Betis in front. Following an error by Tom Heaton, Diego Llorente pulled one back for Betis, but in the second half. Here's some nonsense talk from other teams that were apparently in for Lenny Yoro. PSG refused to match Manchester United's 59 million bid. It's not 59, it's 52. Stop lying. Bid for Yenny Loro because they had doubts about his fitness, according to a report from the Quip. Yeah, well, that's not true. It's completely false because Fabrizio Romano is ousted. All of this is absolutely false. Reports suggest that Euro 18 is set to miss up to 2 months of action after fracturing his metatarsal during Sunday's pre-season friendly against Arsenal, ruling him out of the Community Shield and the start of the Premier League campaign. Yoro, who joined United from Lille last month, had been subject to interest from the likes of PSG, Real Madrid, before making the switch to Old Trafford, and now it's being revealed that PSG pulled the plug on making another bid for the centre-back due to fears over his fitness. That's an absolute lie. The Quip report that the League One club knew about Yoro's weakness in that area and therefore did not match what United offered. Well, that's an absolute lie because last season he only missed 1 game due to injury, and the only other 2 were for, I believe, some kind of like sickness, some kind of bug or something. And the last little snippet of information for this afternoon is just basically going over what we all saw late last night. Is that Steve McClaren has left Manchester United and his second run at the club has come to an end. Jamaica have announced the appointment of Manchester United first team coach Steve McClaren as their new manager. The 63-year-old returned to Old Trafford as part of Eric Ten Hag's coaching staff in May 2022. having previously worked with the Dutchman during his time coaching FC Twente. His last managerial role came at QPR during the 2018-2019 season, when McLaren was sacked after less than a year at the helm. Now having spent just 2 years with Ten Hag, McLaren will leave United for a new venture with the Jamaican national team. He was unveiled as the new manager on Wednesday evening after pipping former Newcastle and Aston Villa boss Steve Bruce to the post. McLaren has signed a 2-year deal with the Reggae Boys and is set to take charge of his first game against Cuba in September. So we wish Steve McLaren all the best as a Jamaica national coach. And that is everything for this afternoon update for all transfer news and rumours around the biggest club in the world, Manchester United. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to drop us a like on the video, share the video around. Please don't hesitate to drop us a comment down below. Smash the subscribe button, which is great. And if you don't mind, just tapping the bell icon so you don't miss a video. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys.